All right, everybody, let's get into this review of the haves and the have-nots. So, we pick up where we left off last week, and that was where Wyatt was about to go way too far to get drugs. So Jim is like, what was going on here? What is going on here? And Justin's like, nothing is going on. And Jim was just furious because, he asked what was going on, but it was like not really a question. It was just like, you see something happening, something just way out of hand happening, you just kind of like ask the question, like, what's going on? Jim was furious, a fight ensued, and, he was really fighting Justin. And, he wants charges brought against Justin because the captain came in and it just had to break it up because it was a bad fight. And so so after that, Jim and Wyatt have a conversation, and Jim was just like floored that Wyatt would do that for some drugs. I mean, that's just that's just really bad that you would go to that length to get drugs. And so Wyatt, he's being his usual sarcastic self. He's like, does that upset you that I was going to do that for drugs? And Jim's like, I don't care if that's what you're into, but were you being forced to do that for drugs? And was there heroin in Justin's pocket? And Wyatt confirms it. So Jim goes to the captain and he's like, you need to search him. You need to search Justin. And of course the captain can't do that, but he does ask Justin to empty his pockets. And Justin will not do it. He's like, no. And, that was just almost like admitting guilt, because if he did nothing, why not empty your pockets? And so the captain just suspends him. And of course, Jim wants action taken. And the captain says, well, there are cameras in that interrogation room, but Justin had them shut off. Had shut them off, and I'm like, how does Justin have the authority to do that? That seems like it would be, a higher up that does that, not just any random officer, but I don't know. And so after that, Jim is getting ready to take Wyatt back to Catherine's house, and Wyatt doesn't want to go. He wants to go back to his house, and Jim's like, you know what, you can't even get in there. That place is locked, and you're not going to be able to go back there. And Wyatt's just like really angry, and Jim just sort of like takes him and get in the car. And he threw him like he was like a kid. Jim really pushed Wyatt, and finally Wyatt is just like, oh, he just gives like, oh, whatever, and he gets in the car with Jim. So let's talk about Candace and RK. RK tells Candace about Veronica's plan, and Candace doesn't say much about it. She had warned him about Veronica already, and, so I guess she's just like, you know what, you've been warned, so if you go through with it, whatever happens, happens. And so Candace is on her phone, and she's looking up, numbers of thugs and people that she knows, and she said, I'm going to start a gang to beat Hanna until she gives me my money. And RK's like, you really would do that to your mother? I mean, he says that his mother was a drug addict, and he tries to kind of like, talk her down from doing that. And we'll see later in the episode that Candace, she tried to change her tone. So meanwhile, at the hospital with David, there's an FBI agent that has come there to talk to him. I think it was FBI, maybe it was police. And the FBI agent asked him, some questions because they're trying to figure out who blew up the car. And the FBI had already talked to Jeffrey, and he said he had told them, that it was Veronica, and David confirms it. So now let's get back to Jim and Wyatt. So Jim brings Wyatt back to Catherine's house, and he's got guards to guard him. And Catherine comes downstairs, and Wyatt just, he calls her a bitch, and I'm like, come on, Wyatt. I know he's angry with his parents, but that was too much right there. And so the guards take Wyatt up to his room, and he's like, well, if he tries anything to escape, do whatever you have to, break something if you have to. And Catherine just doesn't get it. Okay, so your plan is to just lock him up in the house. And she doesn't dwell on it. She's like, okay. And so she shows him Jim pictures of escorts at the hotel. And I guess she had a picture of the assistant DA or whatever she is in the office, Sarah. She had a picture of her, and Jim's like, wait a minute, she's not a whore. And she's helping keep you out of jail, out of prison. And I'm like, okay, maybe her occupation is not escorting or prostitution, but she kind of did sell herself out, to keep her secrets and all of that. And she did sell herself out, so basically she's no better than escorts in the hotel. And then Jim wants Hannah to call Jim wants Catherine to call Hannah about that money. And Catherine's like, no, because she's just gonna give Hannah the opportunity to give the money back give her the opportunity to give the money back in her time, not because she knows Hannah will do it. But Jim wants it now, and he just wants it his way. And Catherine goes on upstairs, and Jim has the nerve enough to pick up her phone and like, who the hell is Broderick? And I'm like, like as if that is any of his business. But Jim's a hypocrite all around. He goes around and he cheats all the time. He's cheated all the time, and then he has the nerve enough to wonder who is on Catherine's phone. So Justin comes to David's house, and Jeffrey's like, are you following me? And he had definitely been following Jeffrey, because I don't think Justin knew where David's house was, so, and he wouldn't have known where Jeffrey was staying at presently anyway. And so of course he lies about Wyatt and says Wyatt tried to seduce him, and Jeffrey's like, no, he wouldn't do that. And he's like, yes, he did. He was trying to do that thing you do. So, and Jeffrey was all like, hey, he did. Okay. So, and Justin has the nerve enough to ask, can I come in? And Jeffrey's like, no. And and Justin's getting loud, like, Jeffrey. And Jeffrey does not, he's just like, yeah, I'm not doing this. And he goes inside. But there's also craziness to deal with inside, because Veronica's there. And I'm like, Jeffrey, you've got crazy outside and crazy inside. What a mess. So Veronica goes into this whole speech, this whole monologue about black men. They can't handle an independent woman. They can't do this. They can't do that. She's telling, she's going through, giving like a summary of how things were with David and her marriage, and then she was complaining that he had Erica living so well and all of that, and so, but Jeffrey sets he sets her straight. He says, you know what? he says dad treated you right, um, and he bought this house after you burned down the old one. So it turns out that David did not buy that house to push Veronica's buttons. He bought that house after she tried to burn him up. He bought it to try to, because he still believed that she could be healed or she could come out of craziness and all of that. But she's not coming out of that. So finally, he just moved into it. It's like, and that is, that really set her off. But and Jeffrey tells her, you know what, you are what is wrong with Dad. And she looked like she gave a real angry look, and then she makes her usual, idle threats and all of that, and then she leaves. But she was ready to leave after Jeffrey told her a whole lot of truth, and she couldn't really come back with anything that would have refuted what Jeffrey said. Jeffrey really set her straight in that scene. So let's talk about Hanna and Derek now. So Hanna they finished having breakfast, and Hanna was talking about going to the bank, and of course she was talking about straightening out that mess with the money that Candace stole and put in their account. And so Hanna and Derek start kissing, and Hanna was, she was like into it at first, and then she pulled back. No, I can't do anything. I can't do anything without being married. And so they talk about all of that a little bit, and then Candace comes to the door. Derek answers it, and Candace is like, and you are? And I'm like, so you're asking who is in your mom's house after? I just felt like Candace was like, okay, you treat your mom so badly, but you're going to ask who is in her house, as if you have the right to ask, or as if you actually care. But anyway, when Candace came in, Hanna looked at her like, Hanna was glaring. It's like, what are you doing here? Why are you here? Hanna was not playing. So Candace says, she made out, I heard what happened. And Hannah's like, so you came over there to check on me? And that is what Candace is trying to make Hanna believe. And then she tells Hanna, okay, well, this guy, he's going to kill me if I don't get that money back, if I don't get him his money. And of course, Hanna doesn't believe her. And she tells her, go on. And then Candace goes back to her regular self, and she starts glaring. And Hannah's like, there it is, there's that demon in you, there it is. And that was a good scene, because the tension, the actresses really conveyed the tension between the two characters, and I like that scene. And so let's get to the last scene. So basically, Broderick seduces Catherine. So I don't know if he's gonna totally get over on Catherine, but right in that scene, he was able to get her, and he was able to get her where he wanted her. And on the next episode, in the previews, she was asking, what do you want? Do you want to be manager? Do you want this? Do you want that? So I guess he's playing her for the moment, but we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens with that one. So that was the review. As always, thank you for watching, and like and subscribe, and I will see you next episode.